Welcome back, everybody, to the Then and Now podcast with me, Leonie Aleshe.
And myself, Babatunde and Leonie Aleshe. Come on.
It's so good to be back with you all here.
Yes.
I'm really excited about this episode, actually.
Why?
Rounding off the year.
Oh.
What a year it's been.
It's been a roller coaster of a year for us personally.
Yeah.
And you know, I can imagine for people out there as well, it's been a roller coaster year. There's a lot of things that's happened. But for us, I feel like it started off. It started off kind of slow. You know what I mean? Our year started off slow. And I remember panicking at the beginning of this year. I was just like, mate, what's happening?
Yeah.
And then towards the end, it's just been non-stop.
Amped up, yeah. But do you know what the thing is as well? And like, we'll be so transparent actually and talk about this. Last year, we really took for granted the fact that we usually plan our year.
Yes.
And that's not to say you plan it down to the detail and you know exactly what's going to happen every day, every week, every month or whatever. But we just didn't have a general plan. And I think it goes back to that thing of, you know, without vision, the people perish. And genuinely, that is where we found ourselves, isn't it? Yeah. Where we didn't have a vision for what we wanted the year to look like. We didn't have, you know, a solidified sort of plan that we sat with and, you know, prayed over and really focused. We kind of rolled on from last year.
There was no direction.
Yeah.
No purpose. No, I didn't have a goal.
Yeah.
I didn't have a mission. Whereas the years before, where we have planned, even if the like specific things on like my planning sheet, even if those things don't come to fruition, the fact is I've put the goal down.
Exactly.
And maybe I would say half of the stuff I put down happened.
Yeah. And you know, those half of the half that did happen then opened up more opportunities for other things that ended up filling, you know, the entire year and really kind of had such a fruitful ending to it. But I felt like this year we got to about mid-year and we were not ready or prepped at all for this year. And that's okay. It's okay because I think you have to have, you know, some months like that where that happens and you realise, no, we actually need to catch ourselves here. Hold on a second. I feel like we kind of got a little bit of a hold of it in sort of like the second half of the year. And then, you know, things kind of amped up and sped up. But this year we're just coming up for 2026. We're just like, nope, absolutely not. We will not be caught in that again. So we've already mapped out our time for planning and prepping, and we're definitely going to use 100% prayer. We're using the My Year Compass guide again to plan our year, and then definitely praying over our goals so that it aligns with what God wants us to do, what He wants to do, and going into 2026.
Amen. Yeah. Definitely. That is the plan for the planning.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta have a plan for the plan, you know?
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
So that's a plan for the end of this year and then, you know, going into 2026.
Have you learned anything from this year?
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
That if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True. I think that coupled with a few other things, what the biggest thing I took away from this year is having the audacity.
Yes.
And what I mean by that is I'll just have to explain the whole thing so everyone gets it. So basically, with this year, my whole year, I've you know done a tour, I've done loads of TV, I've done loads of campaigns, and I found out about myself that I'm very shy with my approach to my work. And I don't have enough of the audacity to be big and to go, here I am, this is my presentation, this is Babatunde and Aleshe, the celebrity.
Yeah.
I shy away from that term, and I shy away from being looked at as a star, even though I'm considered a household name. And I learned that whilst on tour,
Right.
because everything was very minimal, and I clocked that. No, in order for people to feel like they've come to a show, it needs to look, feel, and be presented to them as though you're not just coming to just watch like someone just stand up and just talk to you for an hour. No, you're actually coming to see a specific person.
You're putting on a performance.
Yeah, I'm putting on a performance, but you're coming to see a specific person do a specific job for your entertainment. Me as that person, I have to put on not a spectacle, but something to that kind that they go, okay, all right then, this is the showman. Show us, Mr. Showman.
Yeah.
But not just with my stand-up, even with my presenting, even with all the campaigns that I do.
Yeah.
It was a very shy approach to my work. And I looked around at some of my peers, Mo Gilligan being one of them, Eddie Caddy, another one who's a great friend of mine, K Kurd, same thing, great friend of mine. And I looked at how they do their presentation, and I'm just like, they have the audacity to be big. They have the audacity to say, this is me.
They're daring.
They're daring.
Yeah.
But the reason why I say audacity is because you do have to have, it's not an arrogance.
No.
But you have to kind of...
You can be audacious without being arrogant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you have to stand on who you are and say, no, this is me. This is what I've worked hard for. And this is what I'm giving to you. You
this
guys
is
have
my
come
gift.
This is my gift. You guys have come to see it. Here we go. You know what I'm saying? Let's all get ready for this this journey. And I commend them for that.
Yeah.
Because I'm inspired by that now. And... yeah, that's the biggest thing I took away from this year is, Tunde, you got to be more.
Yeah.
You got to be bigger. And you know what's so funny? When I was in drama school, I remember my movement teacher, Vanessa. I remember she was just like, well, you're just, this is like, why are you being timid all the time? She was just like, put your, like, stretch your arms out. No. She, like, real talk, she was just like, stretch your arms out, right?
Yeah.
And she made me stand like that for ages. And she was just like, do you feel that? And I kept feeling myself like going.
Closing
in. But even though my hands were stretched out, it was like, you know. And I was just like, yeah. She was just like, and I remember she looked at me, she was like she got disappointed.
Yeah, you're not serious. You're still not serious. Yeah.
And I remember she kept on saying, you've got to feel that presence. She was just like, you have a presence, but you don't. It's like you don't want to use it. You dim it for others. And she was just like, but you've got that presence, so use it. You know, I think another reason why I didn't. Not project, but you know what I'm saying, I'll say project, didn't project that type of energy, is because I've seen arrogant. All right, football players, I've met football players, and to be a football player, you need to be arrogant. Yeah. Because you got to believe in your ability every single minute of the day. And I saw that and I said, oh, I don't want to be that. Because I've spoken to some athletes, and my Lord, the arrogance that it's not even what they say, it's you feel it, and it's not a nice thing. Yeah. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a horrible feeling sometimes when a sportsman enters the room and then they leave. It's just like, I didn't like that. But they have to they have to feel like that
in order to stay in the zone to do what they're doing.
Do you understand? And so I think that's the extreme version. And I looked at that as though, well, I don't want to be that, but I don't have to be that in order to let my...
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like to be big or whatever. It's about finding that balance. Yeah. And I think everybody that I mentioned, including some others, Kane Brown, Aubrey Styler, Judy Love, many people, I feel like they have found that balance of, no, I'm still going to be big when you see me on TV or you see me on stage. But in normal real life, nah, I can dim it down. But when I stand up on stage and when I deliver, bang, you're getting the full thing.
I think you're so naturally talented that for you, you don't have to put on a show. Does that make sense? And what I mean by that is everybody, and I see this when people greet you, I hear this when people talk about you, you know, about people are in awe of what it is that you do, almost to the point that you don't even see that awe that people have in terms of your gift. And that is a blessing, but to have that, because that means you have a level of humility that allows you to still be able to connect with everybody around you. Right. But then when you allow that to then impact how you deliver, and the level to which you deliver, then obviously that's when it becomes a problem. Do you know what I mean?
And that's what happened.
Yeah. But I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I think what's happened now is your career has moved at a much faster pace than your personal growth has moved.
Absolutely.
And that's fine. That is fine, because it then means that if your career's here and you're here personal development wise, and I'm getting into my coaching now.
Come on.
it then means that you now have the room, whilst you're not doing a tour, to do that personal development, to go even above where your career is. Right, do you know what I mean? So the next tour, the next presenting job that comes up, the next thing, whatever the next thing is, you're going to be on a different level because you've learned so much from doing this one. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I think I remember when I kept saying to you, did you actually tell your audience to follow you on your social media and to tag you in all their stuff? And I know you didn't do it. No. Every single show, what was it, 48 shows? It's going to be, yeah.
But I got shy.
Yeah, exactly.
I got shy.
Exactly.
I really did. I really got shy. I'm not like, oh, no, I can't
I don't want to...
I don't want to disturb you guys.
Yeah. And I'm like, people want to be disturbed. Yeah, you know? Disturb them.
That's just me. That is just me. But I clocked that about myself this year, and I said, no, actually, just like you said, I've got room to grow. I watch other people, and when they enter a room, you know, oh, that's this person. Yeah,
but you have the same thing. It's just that you don't acknowledge it.
Exactly, but that's my point.
But everyone else sees it.
Yeah, but other people also acknowledge their own. I don't.
Yeah, and that's the problem.
Yeah, people will be like, hey, how you doing? I'll be like, yeah, man, what's up? How you doing, bro? They're like, Babatunde and Aleshe. I'll be like, yeah, that's me. Yeah, kind of thing, you know what I mean? And it's just like, my whole thing is, I just don't want to come across arrogant. I never want to come, because I'll be so apologetic if someone has an experience with me that wasn't good. Like, if I had an off day, one day I'm just like, whatever, and then some random person bumps into me in the street and they're just like, oh, can I get a picture? And I'm just like, I would hate for that to be the case. I don't
think it needs to equate to that, though. Like,
no, but I'm just using that as an example. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, just kind of sticking with the whole point. This year, the one thing I took away is, Baba, you've got to be bigger.
Be bigger.
Be bigger. Yeah. It doesn't matter. It's not saying you be arrogant, but be bigger. And I think for other people, especially those of our listeners, I think there's areas in everyone's life where they know I can kind of take a step up, you know. So, yeah, I think it's something that can be related to across the board.
100%. And I think year in, year out, you do have that time where you reflect and you say, oh my God, I could have been bigger in this. I could have, attempted this better. I could have presented myself better with this or with that, and so on. I think for me, something that I've learned this year is that no one's going to come and do it for you, whatever it is, you know. Yes, there are people that can aid. You've got managers, you've got friends, you've got family, you've got my husband. Do you know what I mean? My children and stuff. But there are specific things that it's actually down to me to do them. Do you know what I mean? And the longer I procrastinate and I leave those things, the longer I'm putting myself in a position to not achieve the things that I want to, or it doesn't even necessarily need to be achievements, but it could be basic things that are actually personal to me, not even just stuff that's out there in the world. And I have to be willing to invest in myself
Right.
before I expect it from a manager, my husband, children, my mum. I have to be vocal about the things that I need and ask for them, but I also have to actively take part in my own rescue, if you would put it that way. Yeah.
You know, that's such a huge lesson, because a lot of people don't know the value of like hard work.
Yeah.
And also kind of like hard work and that determination, going after a goal. And I guess when you go after something and then you see the fruits of your labor, and when you achieve a goal, that's when it hits you like, oh, all I have to do is work hard for a period of time, reach my goal.
Yeah.
And that's all I have to do.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Oh, well, then, even though it's not easy, the formula's easy. You're just like, okay, so I just have to dedicate myself for a period of time.
An intense period of time of focus on this one thing. I think that came to light for me, and this was the moment that I realised, actually, when I went to Orlando this year for my company convention for my travel business. And I walked in, but I'd forgotten, just how hard I'd actually worked to get to the level that I am in my business. And I walked through the door, and I wasn't expecting anything, but there was a star on the floor with my name on it. And it literally felt like something hit me in the chest, and I was choked up for the first time in a long time when it comes to my business and my achievements. I was really choked up, and I just thought, in that moment, I was stood there in a company of 144,000 people. I was one of 86 that had a star, like, with my name on the floor in this place. And I just thought, this is insane, because I'd never seen it on that level before. I'd never seen my achievements as anything external that was visible to other people. Yet there were over 8,000 people in this venue viewing this star. And in that moment, it literally hit me that although I'd done all of that work, I never actually stopped to give myself any credit for what I achieved. And it wasn't down to anybody else to do that, because I should have acknowledged that myself and given myself the credit needed in, before getting to that moment. If that
it's hard
makes sense.
To give yourself credit, though.
I
find that hard, even with people who are like some of the greats. Like, if you think in our time right now, people like a Beyonce or that kind of level, I don't know, but I would reckon that even with them, they find it hard to give themselves credit. They're more critical of their work than they are in terms of like giving themselves like, this was excellent, this was good, this was that, because they're always nitpicking. And I'm the same. I think we're all the same. All creatives are. You always kind of want to push the envelope, and that is hard. What I found, though, is the more knowledge I have, the better I am. And so, as you know, I've invested in a whole bunch of books.
That was so hilarious that day. We walked into Foyles.
And I literally bought the store. Literally bought the whole store. But this year, in terms of like career-wise, that taught me a lot. But also, going back to your point about giving myself credit, there was one thing that happened to me this year that I didn't expect. And when the breakdown came, I was just like, wow, okay. Was the whole reading a scripture for the royal family at together at Christmas. And I was like, wow. And it was because of my work with Comic Relief and Stand Up to Cancer. And I was
when you also went to the prison to do the radio and meet the inmates
so all those type of work. So I was like, oh, okay, all right then. But being chosen to go, right, and then you get the whole invitation, which is insane. I couldn't believe it. Like, I was just like, oh wow. So I'm like, people are watching.
Yeah, like my work is recognized.
My work is recognized, and people are like watching and stuff like that.
And remember that those are things that you do, because I'm not sure if people know, but those aren't paid things. Like those aren't things that you think, oh, I'm being paid to do this.
No,
so I'm gonna,
there is no pay.
Those are all charitable things that you do to, of course, help with that cause. Do you know what I mean? And yes, it can take away from the time that you could potentially give to your family or to a paid job, but you made those a priority to fit into your schedule, but not for a return.
No, that's the funniest part. And I know I'm not the only one. There are plenty of people out there that listen to this podcast that do things and they don't want anything in return. But you know what makes it fun? Not funny, but what makes this whole thing a big deal is like, I really didn't expect
any of it.
It was just like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. Sure, yeah, let's do that. All right, cool, let's do this, let's do that. All right, what? Do you want me to get involved in it? Fine, say no more. With no intention of any invite, any award, any acknowledgement, nothing of the sort. And so I understand now when people get things, when they get acknowledged for their contributions to things, why they're so surprised. For me, I was just like, whoa, you guys were noticing, and I wasn't even noticing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's amazing. And so that was like a big deal. And to be alongside some some big names, that's a massive achievement for me.
It's so funny because that invite came after I was speaking to one of my cousins. She was like, oh, you must come to this party. And I was like, I don't really go to those kind of parties. And she was like, oh, you're so boring. Like, what do you do? So when that invite came through, I was like, this is the kind of invite I want. These are the kind of places I want to go to. And she was just like, do you know what? You're so right. I would love to be invited.
Right, so it is amazing.
Yeah.
It is amazing. And so those type of things I give myself credit for, because it's just like, actually, you are moving in the right direction. And you should aim for bigger, but people are watching you.
Yeah.
And people are rooting for you, which is a good thing. Anything else that
I just think it's a blessing, like, because even though we may say, oh my God, like, we didn't get to plan our year to the T, like how we would have wanted to, and all of this good stuff, I just recognize that our steps are ordered. And even when we feel like, in our own strength and in our own mind, we have failed, or not necessarily failed, but we've maybe not done some of the things that we would have wanted to do to the extent that we wanted to do them, our steps are always ordered. Do you know what I mean? And that eventually we will always get to where we're meant to be.
That's right.
So imagine that with proper planning.
Crazy.
Insane.
All right, as parents then.
Yes.
Let's get on to, because this is a parenting podcast.
It's a parenting podcast. But listen, to be a parent that operates at, optimum levels, you also have to have yourself in check. So us addressing these things
absolutely
helps us to then be better parents and better role models to our children.
Absolutely.
So don't discount it.
I think as a parent this year, there's been some highlights. One of the highlights is our son, taking up piano lessons.
Yeah.
And going back to swimming, something that he loves so much. I think his extra curriculum activities and things like that have gotten better. I do think there's still room for improvement, but I think the biggest highlight of my year when it comes to our son specifically is just watching how much he's grown and matured. Where I feel like I've lacked as a parent is just allowing a lot more screen time than I should have, and that is only because of how busy my schedule was. That it was just like, just occupy yourself for a moment while I do some admin, or while I do a Zoom, or while I do this, that, and the third. And so I do feel like there's been some highlights, but I think on my path, There's been some stuff where I'm just like,
the children hate to see me come in because they know the screens are going. Yeah.
And also another thing where I feel like we've lacked is holidays.
Oh my God, guys, I've suffered.
Oh, you've really suffered when it comes to the holidays.
I've really suffered this year.
Yeah.
6 months.
But let's be real. Can we be real? Back in the day, we didn't have holidays.
I didn't get any holidays.
We didn't get no holidays.
To be fair,
I didn't come from that background. You know what I'm saying? I'm working class and proud.
Let me be grateful.
Listen,
we've had a year of grafting. Yeah. We've had a year of grafting, and I just think the children have been so amazing. Like, they've been so understanding. You know, they've been really patient with us, and I feel like I've been really patient.
With me. Go sit down.
Okay, I've travelled, but only for work. All my travelling's been for work.
That's still good.
What do you mean?
You still left the country, babe. I ain't gone nowhere.
Well, we're saying the second half of the year. The first half we did.
Yeah, the first half. Yeah. You know, that is...
But it was intense, guys. It was intense. It was intense. I don't think the children felt it. Children will be children. You could be having a breakdown. Mum, are there any snacks?
But it got like that only because I was on tour. It was just like, well, I have to dedicate myself to writing, and I have to dedicate myself to
working the material, and then actually doing it. And people don't realize like just how long it takes to like do all of that prep and get all of that together. So as much as you've been on tour, it's like we've been working because we've had to tag team, to when you're away, I'm with the children, and it's 24/7. It's hands on. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, very, very busy, but they've been so patient.
They really have.
And baby girl started gymnastics.
Which is hilarious to me.
Well, she already started doing gymnastics at home. Jumping off of things and making her own forts and just doing all the things.
Doing these front roly-polies.
Yeah, roly-polies and backflips and...
Not backflips, the roly-polies.
Yeah, well, really, yeah, the backwards roly-poly thing.
I don't like them. But anyway.
And I'm like, just leave her. She knows what she's doing. I haven't been able to stop her from doing this for like 2 weeks now. So
it's annoying.
I found her a gymnastics class, and she loved it there.
Of course she did.
She didn't want to leave. The teachers loved her. I'm thinking to get her to do it twice a week, actually. But yeah, like she got to do all the climbing, all the jumping, all the rolling, all of the balancing.
I'm mad hungry. Yeah. Did you hear my belly?
No, I didn't hear it.
Oh my Lord.
All the rolling, all the balancing, all of the things, and she was in her element.
I love that. I love that for her. I think that's dope. Yeah, we need more holidays, though.
Yeah, we do.
I think that's that's the biggest thing.
So like, so we went away this year for the first time in June ever.
Me and you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first time ever in 9 years. No, 10 years.
Do you find it difficult to leave the children now that we're parents, like behind when we go on holiday?
No, not anymore. Not anymore.
No liquor sympathy or
no. I might even just book something for like next week. No.
Go and sit down. Listen, I you know what it is? It's only, for me, the reason why is just because I know how they view us, and they view us as like we're
always with them.
Yeah, we're always with them, but we are all they know.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of feel bad for them in that way. It's like, oh, we're having fun without you, and we need to have fun without you, type of thing.
Yeah, well,
I'm just picturing myself as a child, and how I would feel. And I feel bad. But at the same time...
I don't feel bad because they're having the time of their life with their nan.
Yeah. But at the same time, those holidays hit the best.
Exactly. Well,
they hit the best.
Well, can we just talk about the fact that was our first one, right? In 10 years. where we've not been with the children, pregnant, or working.
Oh yeah.
Right? That was the first one in 10 years. 10 years. And that was amazing.
I had a ball.
We went to Greece.
We went Greece. We had a ball. All right, let's do this. Top 3 highlights of the year. Go
on. Going to Greece. Yeah, number 1. Without the children. Okay. Without the children, I think that break is needed. And then actually for I'm trying to think. All right, you go on then. One from you.
I think a massive highlight for me was the tour. Completing the tour. Sorry, my belly is going crazy. I'm hungry. All right, so the first one I would say is completing a 48-day tour.
You're so far from the mic. Yeah.
I think one of the biggest highlights for me, first one, would be completing a 48-day tour across the country. That was a massive achievement because I set my heart to do something again, and I did it. It's my second tour, and I did it. I did it. That's the big And the reason why I say I did it is because going from one to a completely new hour of material is not easy, especially when you are left on your own.
Yeah.
Once you say, I'm doing a tour, and you promote it, and then it's day one, you are by yourself.
Yeah.
You don't have all these people to tell you and to do stuff for you. If they are there, that's because you've hired them to do the extra stuff that you need for this tour. But essentially, it's down to you. Everything you want, everything you need, everything to do with the tour, that's from you.
Yeah.
From your mind to your mouth to the ears of other people. And to do it and to learn so much. I don't know how to put on a show.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? I don't know how to. My thing was, I rock up at a venue, there's an MC, there's 3 other comedians. Where am I in the lineup?
In the lineup, yeah.
Oh, I'm second. Oh, I'm headlining. I know what I'm doing. Right? Now it's on you.
Yeah. Like you're the main person.
And so you've got to learn about putting on an event, putting on a show. And that doesn't come at the press of a button. You have to learn that by failing, but also reflecting. And that's what happened to me.
Yeah.
I failed in a lot of areas, and I reflected in all of them. And now I'm just like, okay, I get it. Let's go again.
Let's go.
But this time I know I have to earn people's trust. So I'm just like, right, I've got to do a little bit of extra work.
Yeah.
But I'm prepared to.
Yeah. You do that building up around it.
So all of that, every little last detail that I'd literally just said, that is one of the highlights of my year. Completing a tour and learning from it.
Yeah. I think as well, like one of the things that I've loved seeing is that you had the chance to do that tour. But just seeing how our son has watched every single detail of that, if that makes sense. So okay, so where's Dad today then? Oh, right. Oh, is Dad already prepped and left? Oh, okay, well, when is Daddy coming back? And I could see it ticking over in his brain like, that's how it goes. Oh, okay, so Dad needs to rest when he's back. Oh, Dad came back late last night, but he's dropping me to school. All of those things that I can see ticking over in his brain, and I know he's taking note of what he's seen you do, if that makes sense. And then our daughter knowing, she's like, bye every minute. Bye, Dad.
Every minute.
Bye, Dad.
Bye, Dad. Bye. Bye, Dad.
Because she knows you're going.
Yeah.
And she expects that you're going to be coming back, So it's seeing like how they accept it as well, if that makes sense, and they understand that is Dad working, Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a blessing.
That's a highlight of mine.
Yeah.
Do you have a number 2?
Oh, number 2. Hit our 10-year anniversary. We've been married for 10 years. That's like so grown up.
That would be my second as well.
Yeah.
That should be first, but in the
but like in conversation.
That's
it feels like so long ago because obviously everything that's happened in between the tour and work and this and all of that. But it's 10 whole years.
Oh, quick.
Yeah.
But also with that 10 years, has come this growth.
Yeah.
If you look at us before, like when we got married,
it's different. Different.
Babe, you know what's so jokes? Before we got married, both of us didn't have no job.
No.
Like, not just a joke. We didn't have we weren't earning money.
We didn't, like, we lived at home. We didn't have anything.
I quit comedy.
Yeah.
You didn't have a job. I didn't have a job. And to skip over 10 years, 2 children, and this moment now, podcast, everything that we're doing, I wouldn't say done, but
doing.
That 10-year skip is mental.
It's wild. Like, if somebody said to me 10, because let's say 10 and a half years ago, right? Because we were only engaged for 9 months.
Yeah.
And we were only together. Was it 11 months we were together?
Something like
about that. Anyway, all together between knowing that we're going to be together and getting married, it was something like 11 months.
It was very quick.
Yeah, very, very quick. So in 11 years, the difference is literally like day and night.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's one of my top 3 highlights, is that like we've actually done 10 years. It doesn't feel anything like it. We've got a big child. Like he's literally been on this entire journey with us. And now we've added another little baby into the mix. That's just brought so much joy to our lives. And spice. A lot of spice, actually. Scotch bonnet.
You know what my number 3 is?
Yeah.
Going therapy.
Oh my gosh, that was so good for you.
Yeah, going therapy this year. That's my 3rd highlight. That was like, therapy is dope. Dope. I remember there was days I go to therapy, I come out and I swear to you, I wanted to skip down the road. But cause man's a bad man. Yeah. Cause man's a bad man didn't skip. But I swear to you, I was just like, why have I got this spring in my step? And genuinely,
you just felt light. Yeah,
no, genuinely. I genuinely had a spring in my step after going to every therapy session. That was one of the best decisions I made this year.
Yeah.
Is going to see a therapist. Speaking, getting all these thoughts and feelings out, and this, because when you do it, you listen, as you're speaking, you're listening to yourself and you're like, oh, like you start piecing things together. You're just like, maybe I overreacted there, or sometimes I have moments where I'll be like, oh my gosh, I missed out on this opportunity, or this or that, or something, right? Just anything. But it was so good. And my therapist, big him up, man. Big him up, man. Yeah, it's dope. And I'm going back to therapy next year. I had to take a break because of the tour and stuff like that. But yeah, so much to speak about with my therapist when I go back. And it's also good for your self-esteem, because you look at yourself a bit more and you have grace with yourself. And therapy would definitely be my 3rd highlight of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very good. Go on.
I think my 3rd highlight... Oh...
It's difficult, isn't it?
It's really hard because there's so many amazing moments, I would say, throughout the year. But I think my 3rd highlight is going to be working with so many incredible women that have been able to achieve better work-life balance this year.
Okay.
Because that was a dream for me for such a long time. And then getting to a point where it's not just a reality for me, but being able to coach women to help them to achieve the same. As a mum, you want nothing more than to see another mum thrive. Does that make sense? Because you know the feeling if a mum doesn't feel like she's thriving. And I think it ties in really well as well with that, getting that balance of, I've really focused on self-care this year. Like, looking after myself and really taking moments that I wouldn't otherwise have before, you know, where I would have said, you know, all right, I'm taking the evening, I'm going to steam, I'm going to sauna, I'm going to have a swim and have some time to myself. That's not really time that I would have sort of taken for myself before.
Right.
But this year, I feel like I've made that a priority as much as I possibly can, even if it's little small windows. With having that newfound flexibility, I've really taken advantage of that. That's and really put it into good use this year. And I'm proud of myself.
Yeah. Do you know what? Proud of you too, because watching how you've evolved as like a coach for other people and seeing how they like respond to you is really, really dope. I have to admit, the way these women hold you in such high regard, for me, it's just like, oh, I know that. The thing is, I know that about you, so I'm not surprised. But to see just how these women talk about you, it is amazing, and I kind of leave you to it because I'm just like, let her enjoy that world that she has stepped into. Do you understand? Because I can't invest myself into that too much. I don't want to get lost in that. But it's good, the fact that you have created this hub of, you know, women that you lead, and not just lead, but you also take feedback from, and you know, you guide and you teach and you learn. It's amazing as an onlooker to go, wow, it's really working. Go on, keep going. Type of thing.
And I think it's such a good thing, because when your children see you thriving in those individual areas, it's such an example for them. Do you know what I mean? To actually think, no, I will be audacious and go after my dreams and the things that I want to do. Oh, my dad's working really hard. Okay, so hard work really does pay off then. Do you know what I mean? Oh, my mum loves and she cares for people, and, you know, she invests in other people. Oh, I too can invest in other people, and I don't have to be, what's the word? Because a lot of people are quite cagey nowadays. They don't really let people in, you know. But I think
social media
but like in displaying like these things to our children and showing them that like this is, you know, the way to live and to build up your life, and to allow that richness to be infused into the weaving of who you are, if that makes sense. But another one of my highlights, there's so many now. Number four.
Go on.
Is really just making it a priority, especially because our daughter's only 2, making it a priority to go to church and really focus on our faith as well this year with the children.
You know what that makes me think? And I was thinking about this before. One thing that I'm getting used to is the workload. And what I mean by that is everyday life. So committing myself to my career, committing myself to my family, committing myself to my faith, my religion, it is a lot of stuff. And it's a lot of expectations. And it's a lot of putting on a different hat, so to speak. It's not easy. And that's why I love the fact that you brought up going to church, because for me, it's been really difficult to commit myself to everything. And that's not to say that I abandon any, but it has been difficult. But what I clocked is, man, you got to just be like at it. There really is no rest, but that's why you have to dedicate time to go, actually, this is my rest day. Actually, I'm going on holiday. Actually, I'm taking a break. And that's not to put things off, but that's just to say, mentally, physically, I'm giving myself a break, everybody. And guess what? You don't have to be fine with that. I'm fine with that, and I need it.
Yeah.
That's another thing I've clocked, man. You really got to be unapologetic about how you plan your year.
Exactly.
And how you take responsibility for self-care.
100%. No, I agree. It's been a beautiful year. I'm looking forward to 2026. Looking forward to all the amazing things to come, because I feel like the end of this year has set up next year so well. And all the learnings from this year, all the great moments from this year, which we'll be able to share a lot more in 2026 as well, has really, what started as almost like a little bit of a shaky year has ended on such a strong, or ending, should I say, on such a strong note. Yeah. But thank you guys for listening in on today's podcast. I'm Leonie Aleshe.
Babatunde and Leonie Aleshe.
On the Then and Now podcast. Take care, everyone.
Peace out. Come on.